Get mantra and meditation MP3s at JasonGallant.ca.
Today I'm going to talk about that which cannot be seen. And really what's bringing this on is this overwhelming amount of fog that just came out of nowhere. As I drove to this location to film, all of a sudden this fog just came in, just like obscuring the ability to see any distance really. I mean, a few hundred meters away and you can't see what's beyond that. So what this reminded me of is that your senses have limitation. You see, people who are stuck in the mind are usually identifying with what their senses are telling them. They're saying, my sense tells me this, my eyes tell me that, my ears tell me this. And based on those experiences from those senses, which are limited, we all know the limitations of those senses. We say this is how we should feel, how we should think, how we should believe. But who you are is that which is beyond the sensory perception. And many of the great sages talked about this. They said that who you are is beyond sensical. There's this experience that precedes all of the five senses and precedes the mind which interprets the five senses. And only through realization of that can one reach enlightenment or fulfillment or liberation, whichever word you wish to use. So information from the senses is a way of enjoying one piece of reality, but not the entire picture. And the word picture is probably not a good word to use, because when people say picture, they say what they can see, right? So yeah, imagine a picture you can't see that exists anyway. So this is very much in alignment with what I've said in a previous video, which is falling into the unknown. You're falling into that which cannot be perceived. Not by the senses, at least. The internal truth in you, it does resonate. You can perceive through that, but that is not the five senses telling you what is true or what is not. It's a deep, deep level of resonance. There's a resonance inside you which is assisting you with the recognition of truth itself. It's like you remember where you came from. If I ask you, where did you come from before you are right here? Like before you came here, you were somewhere else. Where was that? You'd be able to easily say, yeah, I was in this place. That's the city I lived in. And then I came here because I got a job or something like that. But if you go back far enough to your true origin, beyond the many other places or experiences you had, before the experience of the five senses started, before the opinions and beliefs started, you would be touching the place I am speaking about. And my senses are detecting a car's coming up behind me right now, so don't get scared. It's just a car. And this would be one of those examples where the five senses can tell you some things that are true, but not everything. Not everything about you and your deepest experience. The experience of you which takes incarnation into the five senses. The source of you itself. So there is no need to debate whether senses are good or bad. That's really not the point. The point is to remember who you were before sensical perception. To fall deeply into that experience. That background noise that's always been there, that is you. It's like taking your hand out of a puppet, right? This body, this identity, this idea of yourself, it's nothing more than a puppet. But who is controlling the puppet? Who is the one who decided to put his or her hand in the puppet in the first place? So where people get confused is that they see certain things of credibility. They see, hey, I saw a rock fall and it fell on my foot, and I yelped in pain because I felt that, and yes, this is all real. I'm like, yeah, it is real. It's real to this reality, this physicality. But that does not mean that you are remembering this deepest experience within you at the same time as experiencing this reality. That is where your fulfillment is found. But even after fulfillment, you still pay attention to what the senses are telling you on this level as well. But they become more purified, more clear. There are less projections or belief systems projected upon misinterpretation. You see, there's a lot of misinterpretations that happen when suffering is present. The motives of ego, you could say, instead of the play of the self. So the limitation of perception is a gift. It forces you to fall into true perception, which is the perception of who you are. That which defies explanation. There's really no words for it. It's your most natural state. And all else emerges from there. Only through retracting your attachment to perception can the unperceivable be perceived. A lot of contradictions there, but falling into the unknown. So I hope this helps you on your spiritual journey. Take care for now.
Are you interested in working with a spiritual teacher in a formal setting? Well, perhaps the Wisdom Life School is for you. If you're interested in checking out what the Wisdom Life School is all about, just go to aratima.com.